And Ryan, of course, he'd give it all up for success in the playoffs. In last segment, we were talking about the Western Conference and how wide open it is. And O's opinion is if they get any kind of goaltending that no one can beat the Oilers. What is your level of confidence in this team? Or when was the last time you were this confident?
Excuse me, I never said no one could beat the Oilers. I said I like their chances.
Okay.
Death Row, continue, please.
Sorry. I was paraphrasing my good friend Jeff O'Neill.
You radioed me, and I'm on the same show as you.
Yeah, you just got radioed.
Yeah, I thought my words were even better. But anyways, when was the last time you were this confident in the Edmonton Oilers, Ryan?
Yeah, I honestly don't know that I have looked at a team and thought this group could do some significant damage and be a Cup finalist. I mean, the 06 year, they made all those trades, and Chris Pronger was there, and it sort of felt like, they got a pretty good group. But they end up getting through to a Stanley Cup final. I don't think I saw that coming. Nobody would be surprised if the Oilers were in the Stanley Cup final this year. It would make sense to everybody. So to answer your question, I probably have not looked at a group of Oilers and thought that potential Stanley Cup contender the way I do right now. But listen, Colorado Avalanche are on line one for you. I can't believe you disrespect them like that. By completely, basically giving the West to the Oilers. It'll be a waste of 8 days for Colorado to play Edmonton. Hey,
That's why I had to make a correction there, Rishi, because I'm not doing that. I'm not playing that game. The one guy, Rish, hockey-wise, you got to give credit, like hockey-wise. All I know is about the player that I'm watching on the ice. And Kenny Holland, I think, stuck his neck out there a little bit when he made the acquisition or the signing of Evander Kane. He's become a pretty important guy for them, hasn't he, as far as hockey goes?
Yeah.
Because they're a different team without him, and when he steps back in the lineup, it seems like they play with a little bit more jam.
For sure, and he's barely played this year, right? We all saw the injury that he went through, and then he's just recently getting over some rib stuff. So he hasn't been available to him for a big chunk of the season. They're a different group when he's in there. Everybody walks a little bit taller. But they've added some other, watch Vinny Desharnais tomorrow night, you guys. I'd be interested to hear what you think about. I mean, not a lot of people would have heard of this guy. Started the year way down on the depth chart. He's like 6'6", 6'7". He's a monster, kills penalties, blocks shots. He's one of those great stories of a guy who made it late in his career. Big, strong guy. He makes them play bigger. Clem Costin came out of nowhere in that trade with St. Louis. And, he may or may not be in the lineup. He's added size and grit, and he's taken some tough fights this year. They're all walking a little bit taller. Did you see what Ryan Nugent-Hopkins did last week? I mean, obviously you did. It was against the Leafs. Like, where did that come from? And I agree with you. I think Evander Kane's influence on this group. You guys remember last year, there was an incident in Minnie where things got rough and ugly out there, and Evander Kane was fighting off about 4 guys on his own. And I think something was said, and this team has been different on that front since.
And a quick comment, Rish. I guess in a salary cap era, that's kind of what you got to have. Like, you got to sign a guy that was kind of on the outs, and then you got to trade for a guy that was on the outs, and then have someone just magically appear and be really good for you. It's just almost mandatory in a salary cap era.
Yeah, you need to have Stanley Cup winning teams have guys on bargain deals, guys playing large roles in their lineup on deals that seem really good. So I think we all know, all things being completely calm, Evander Kane's number on the free agent market is probably different than what it is. But he's been, by all accounts, an excellent contributor on and off the ice. It's a story that we follow closely, and by all accounts, it's been a success. And so you have that. You've got a rookie in Desharnais. But honestly, guys, it's not talked about enough because McDavid and Draisaitl are here. Look at the season that Ryan Nugent-Hopkins and Zach Hyman are having. Mm-hmm. Ridiculous. For the money they make, the contributions that they're giving this team, it's ridiculous to have 2 guys like that. Zach Hyman has 72 points. He's almost got 30 goals, and they're at 65 games into the season. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins is 11th in scoring. He's got 78 points. He makes $5 million. Like, you talk about players accomplishing really high-end things on bargain deals. Look no further than those 2.
Right. You said the Zach Hyman stat with a little too much excitement there for the Toronto market.
Yeah,
if you
we
can
don't talk about him.
If you can pull that back
talk about him.
just a little bit, that'd be great. Should be
that
great.
That one is what it is, man. I still shake my head when I watch him play, and I think, how could a team, whatever financial situation you're in, how could you walk yourself into a scenario where you're not able to keep that person and that player on your team? And I know there was nuance there, and it's not that simple, but I still scratch my head at how that.
We're out of time, Val. We're out of time.
We got to let you go. We got a really busy show.
Segment. I got nothing. I'll come back after the break. We'll do a Hyman segment.
All right. We'll have Ryan Rishaug on for the next 2 hours. Appreciate you taking so much time for us, my friend.
Yeah. Great to talk to you guys.
There you have it. TSN's Oilers reporter Ryan Rishaug getting set for the Oilers and the Maple Leafs on the weekend.